Dave, you know when tonight, what did you make of it?
A very positive performance. It's obviously nice to win the game and get through to the next round, and it sets up, I guess, a really tasty tie against Bohemians. Obviously here, so there was a real excitement. I think you could feel in the air tonight. A lot of young boys playing. I thought the crowd fed off that, and you could argue it was the young boys that won us the game. So we'll be pleased all round.
4 academy graduates in from the start, and then a number off the bench. It's great to see the young players shine tonight.
Fantastic. As I've said from day one here, my aim as long as I'm here is to continuously bring young boys through. That's what I think the club or any club should be built on, as academy graduates. So you say 4 started. I have to say they were excellent as well. Luke Brown, he knows what we demand. He trains with us every day. Lewis Temple, absolutely outstanding. DT, again top class after coming back from a long-term injury. And Benny, I'd say absolutely top class. He was a real handful from start to finish.
Difficult conditions tonight with the weather. You must be really happy with how the team coped with them.
For sure. Probably more worried about the pitch at the minute. It cut up pretty bad in the end, but yeah, it was horrific weather. It dried off in the end, ended up a nice evening. But yeah, they dealt with everything well against a lot of senior players. A lot of strong, good players that play week in, week out for them. So for Wexford, I mean, so that was a great test for our guys. And like I said, exciting semi-final set up.
Delighted to get Mark Coyle back on the pitch for a half of football.
For sure. We could have maybe risked it on Friday night against UCD. We decided not to. So listen, he's put an awful lot of work in with Mero, with Mark, and I guess the biggest bonus with Mark is that he's come through pain-free and he's available for selection next Saturday because he's been a big loss. Important
performance as well from the front men, Kyle Robinson, Demi.
Yeah, and they get in the score sheet, they win you the game. I've said many times, Kyle's a top finisher. He's probably the best finisher we have, and he's probably been unlucky with getting goals. I think he's hit the woodwork 3 or 4 times this season. One offside that was actually onside against Dundalk. And I think Benny, if you're going to choose a standout performer for the team, it was Benny tonight. Benny's got the world at his feet, and when he plays with an edge like that, he's real laid back. Some days he can bounce in with his earpods on and his flip flops and doesn't have a care in the world. But when he plays with an edge and a real intensity and want and hunger like he did tonight, he's a handful for anybody in the league.
Shane Farrell got minutes as well. Obviously he's been suspended for a few weeks, but delighted to see him have a decent performance, I'm sure.
He's involved in the 2 goals. That's what you expect from Shane. So yeah, I think he was nearly sent off again, so would have been an interesting chat between me and him, but pleased to have him back. We haven't missed him for 3 games, we've missed him for 4 games. So yeah, listen, he needs to bounce back into league action now, starting at the weekend.
A shout for Luke Brown. He looks like he's matured an awful lot even since last year when he came on against Pats. He obviously had some horrific injuries he had to overcome himself, and Lewis Temple, like you say, looks so solid tonight.
Yeah, they're great kids. Like I said, they're in this most days. Lukey Brown's obviously had 2 cruciates. He's played left side of the tree today, obviously being a right footer, and then went into midfield. But yeah, for 50-60 minutes I thought he was excellent. He's obviously not an out-and-out midfielder, so I was just trying to put Cameron back into his natural position, let him get some game time there. And Lewis, he's an amazing kid, amazing mentality. He's a black belt since I think 11-12 years of age in martial arts, so he has a brilliant mentality, and he's just consistently improved, I guess. So we've great hopes for the 2 of them, along with many others.
6 games unbeaten now in the league, 7 in all competitions. It's the kind of consistency that I'm sure you've been crying out for.
It is, with regards to, I guess, yes, your form guide when you look at it, and but like I said, after UCD and before UCD, I still think we can click into gear properly with the ball. And listen, next up is a really difficult test away to Sligo next weekend. A game that, yes, we'll back ourselves to go and win, and set up to go and win. So yeah, the lads are in good form, and they should be chomping at the bit to keep that run going.
Semi-final, I think it's against Bows. That's an interesting contest for everyone.
Yeah, that's a carrot I guess I offered the team, the squad before the game. It's the game that retired me as a player. I remember playing in a Dagenham Park, I'm not sure if it was a quarters, playing for Rovers against Bows. Halfway through the game, I'm moving like an old man. I just thought, Duffer, that's you need to hang it up. So it was in that competition. It was against Bow, so it means something to me. Of course, it's silverware on offer. So when that's on offer like that, you want to win it. And of course, it's a proper Dublin derby. So yeah, when the game is played, I don't know. We'll have to sort that out next.
It's the mystery of this competition. It just happens.
That's the beauty, the mystery. Call it what you want, but great game for both clubs.
Thanks, Damien.
Cheers, Darren. Thank you.